Hello?
Your mission that you chose to accept was to recreate a stunt from every Mission Impossible movie.
Yes, sir.
It is literally your job to talk about your favorite movie franchise. So, where is your video on Mission Impossible 3? You claim to be the world's biggest Mission Impossible fan and have yet to transcribe any thoughts on its third entry.
What? No. I have a ton written down.
Don't lie.
Lie? How dare you?
You
know
shared
what?
the document with us. We can see everything you have in real time.
Ah,
Prove to us your undying love for the series soon, or we will find someone more worthy to entrust these movies to. Understood?
I have very little to say about Mission Impossible 3. Which is weird. This is the movie in the series that I actually have the most history with. My family randomly had it on DVD, so I would watch it like any other movie in our collection. And, yeah, it's neat. I liked it. And I still like it. A lot, even. So what's up? Looking online, I got the impression that a lot of people shared this feeling. Some reviews from the time called it the best mission yet, but it scored around a 7 out of 10 pretty much across the board. It seems to be something that you like while you watch, but you don't ever feel the need to watch again. A very enjoyable time that isn't memorable, it's just sort of there. However, maybe you love this movie. Awesome, I do too. It's fun, it's really neat, has fun sequences, there's something. This time around, I actually had a lot of trouble thinking of what stunt to recreate. With 1 and 2, I had very definitive favorites, but for this one, I kind of drew a blank. Think about it, what's the big, awesome, memorable, show-stopping stunt from Mission Impossible 3? The car slam? I guess I can do that. Okay, so guys, I ran into the car, did the car slam thing. Then this happened. But there's gotta be something better. So I rewatched the movie to jog my memory, and what was I even talking about? There's so much cool stuff in here. It's awesome. How did I forget about all this? You have the bridge jump, they climb the Vatican. The climax has Ethan running really fast through Shanghai, marking the first significant use of the famous Tom Cruise run in this series. Look at those arms. He's adorable. In another scene, he leaps off a building and swings onto another building while sliding down its roof while shooting at guys. He then parachutes out of a window of said building, crashes into another window, gets pulled out, and then is almost hit by a truck. That's rad. You also got him leaning out of a car to do some shooting. You got this awesome shot. They almost throw someone out of an airplane. They fly a helicopter through some windmills, and they even have Simon Pegg in this thing. He's not a stunt, but he's still pretty cool. And this is not to mention the super energetic storytelling. This was the first big feature film directed by J.J. Abrams. The Lost Guy. Went on to make Star Trek and Star Wars. He's a super nerd. He just has so much momentum in his storytelling, if you ask me. And he is the master of planting seeds that get you invested. I love it. This movie flows so well. It transitions between its set pieces so fluidly that you're on the edge of your seat waiting for more the entire time. It is incredibly easy to watch, which makes it a perfect comfort movie. That ground hurts. It's painful. I find Ethan's relationship with his wife to be super intriguing. But then, of course, you got the bad guy. Owen Davian, played by the incomparable Philip Seymour Hoffman, is perfectly horrifying.
You think I'm playing? You think I'm playing? You don't think I'll do it?
He commands the room effortlessly and is above else a tension machine. In this iconic interrogation scene especially, he is very loud. And exciting scenes like this just keep coming. This movie is relentless. However, the fluidity of Abrams' storytelling also might have something to do with how little an impression this film leaves on you. After all, why does all this awesomeness take up so little space in my mind? I've seen it a million times. I do feel that this movie is paced very well, but that pace is admittedly fast. It is so packed with coolness thrown at you so fast that it starts to feel like it just washes over you. You become desensitized to the action. There's just so much of it, and after a while, it breezes past you without you realizing. But maybe that's just me? I have seen this movie dozens of times, so maybe it doesn't impact me like it once did. So I can't rest on that argument too much. But there is a more definitive issue that we can't ignore. There's something else, something strangely missing from this movie. And that something is something. Like I said, Abrams is the master at planting seeds and asking questions. I think that's genius, but a lot of people don't share that admiration. And that's thanks to his habit of not really answering those questions. For example, all of these movies have a MacGuffin, an item that the characters need to get because it's a spy movie about getting things and they need to get something. In the first one, that item everyone fights over is a top secret list of every agent's true identity. This information, in the wrong hands, can compromise the personal security of countless government employees. It makes sense that a bad guy would want that. We understand why that's important. In MI2, we have the Chimera virus, a deadly manufactured disease. If released to the world, it would start a plague that will lay waste to everyone. Don't let those bad guys have it. It's very clear what they would do with it. In Mission 3, you got the rabbit's foot, and they don't tell us what it does. They just don't.
Rabbit's foot. What is it?
Promise me you'll stay, I'll tell you.
Send you a postcard.
Fair enough.
And if Morpheus won't explain stuff, who will? This aggressive ambiguity can be defended. Ultimately, it doesn't matter for the story what the rabbit's foot does, just go get it. The real thing that Ethan is chasing is his wife, and I think they do a great job establishing that relationship. I think that story is real nice. But this being the only fleshed out part of the story is not enough. And that's not to say that a lot of people don't even think the wife storyline is good in the first place. The rabbit's foot being overly basic even for a MacGuffin is painfully indicative of how surface level this movie honestly is. Why does everyone want the rabbit's foot? We don't get to know. What is the villain's motivation? He doesn't say. Why do these side characters have to lazily hint at an emotional history if they don't even have character arcs? Because this movie wants you to think that it's deeper than it actually is. And without that true depth, that true something to understand at a core level, you as an audience member have nothing to latch onto. Nothing to relate to emotionally. No substance, no meaning. The question of why should I care is answered as thoroughly as every other question in the movie, which is to say, it doesn't matter. That's why this movie is forgettable. That's why you love it in the moment, but barely think about it after the fact. Because the more you think about it, the more you realize how little there is to think about.
Did you just call this movie forgettable?
No?
You also shared your camera feed with us. We can see everything.
Ah, darn.
It seems that you do not love these movies as much as you describe.
What are you talking about?
We ask the questions here.
Come on.
I'm going to count to 10. You're going to prove to us that you love Mission Impossible 3, or you're never going to watch Fallout again.
What?
Where's my finger gun? Oh. One.
You think I don't like Mission Impossible? If there was a misunderstanding, I can help you.
2.
Talk to me, okay? Listen. We can work this out. Like gentlemen.
3.
Thank God! I love Mission Impossible 3. It's my favorite. Best one.
Like how Mission Impossible 2 is your favorite? Like that? That's 2 movies you don't care about now. You're a fake fan.
I'm not talking to you like this. This is dumb.
That's your choice. 4.
Mission Impossible 3 has a great soundtrack. Yeah. We got Michael Giacchino up in here. If you want an exhaustingly long deep dive into it, that's all I'll go.
We know you like the other movie's soundtrack more. 5.
I turned this video around, you know. Yeah. You didn't watch it long enough. Eventually, I say, not, and then be super positive about it. If you want to see that part, let Fallout go.
6.
Ah, shut up! Are you listening to me? The only way you'll get what you want is if you... Whoa!
You think I'm playing?
You jerk!
Boom! Touched it!
What This is personal property!
What are you gonna do?
You're a bad boss!
Huh.
Are you okay?
7!
I'll kill you!
8!
Please. Don't do this.
I will whip it!
Just let Fallout go.
I will shoot it with my finger gun. I will cut it with scissors.
I promise you. If you let it go, I will find something positive and substantial to say about this movie. You just gotta let it go.
9.
Listen to me. You gotta do what's right. I want to show people that Mission Impossible is awesome. I just gotta be real with you. It doesn't get really good until after 3. Maybe that wasn't the best thing to say. If you want me to talk about the movies I actually have stuff to say about, you gotta let it go. No. 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 No.
10.
They weren't even tied.
You passed the test. Sorry about the theatrics. We needed to know you weren't lying about liking these movies. But we admit it had some growing pains. Consider this your retirement from ever having to watch Mission Impossible 2 again. That's fine. But come on, Mission Impossible 3 is still cool. The real fallout is waiting for you at the end of one more test. To prove you love Mission Impossible, do a Tom Cruise run. Your prize is 1 mile north.
I did it! I do love Mission Impossible 3. But now, we get to the good stuff.
Yep.